decision's justification and directed that all future meetings follow law and security protocols. The order has sparked celebrations within PTI circles, calling it a victory for justice.
Two dramatic court rulings. One clears Maryam Nawaz and allies, while another tightens the legal noose on Alima Khan.
In a day of contrasting courtroom outcomes, two major political figures found themselves on opposite ends of justice. The Anti-Terrorism Court ATC Lahore acquitted Punjab Chief Minister Maryam Nawaz, Rana Sanaullah and other PMLN leaders in the 2020 NAB office attack case, citing insufficient evidence to prove allegations of violence during a protest outside NAB Lahore. The court endorsed the police report, declaring the charges baseless and closing the case. Meanwhile, in Rawalpindi, another ATC delivered a stern blow to Alima Khan, sister of the PTI founder, ordering her CNIC and passport to be blocked and her surety's property confiscated for repeated non-appearances. The court remarked that Alima Khan was seen everywhere except in court, emphasizing her attendance must be ensured. These verdicts mark a striking political divide, vindication for the ruling PMLN and mounting pressure on PTI. Legal experts say the decisions highlight judicial transparency, but their political repercussions could reshape the national discourse.
Pakistan's security forces intensify anti-terror operations. 8 militants killed in Lucky Marwat, while schools targeted in Tank, Taunsa.
Pakistan's resolve to restore lasting peace remains unwavering as security forces launched a decisive intelligence-based operation in Lucky Marwat, killing 8 militants and injuring 5 others. The operation, conducted on October 24th in the Wanda Sheikh Allah area, was executed with precision, leaving no escape route for the terrorists. Officials confirmed that operations under the National Action Plan will continue until every extremist threat is neutralized, reaffirming the nation's commitment to a terror-free Pakistan. Following the operation, forces began a comprehensive search to clear the area of any remaining militants. Meanwhile, tragedy struck Tonk district, where a girls' primary school in Garabuda was blown up by unknown assailants overnight. The blast completely destroyed the building, spreading fear among residents. Local elders condemned the attack, calling it an assault on education and children's futures. In Taunsa, police reclaimed a government school seized by militants, restoring the facility for students. The district police officer distributed gifts among children, assuring them of continued safety and educational stability.
You there, we here is history. You first, then us, sparks a new political storm over Balochistan power deal.
Balochistan's political scene has erupted after claims of a 2.5-year power-sharing pact between the Pakistan People's Party and the Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz (PMLN). The alleged agreement, set to rotate provincial leadership midway, has triggered heated debate across both parties. PMLN MPA Zarq Mandokhel insists the deal was confirmed by senior leadership when the coalition government was formed. The written agreement guarantees each party 2.5 years in power, he said, claiming the transition is now due. PPP's Provincial Irrigation Minister Mir Sadiq Umrani rejected the claim outright, asserting no such formula exists and the PPP intends to complete its full 5-year term. If we withdraw federal support, the PMLN government won't survive, he warned. PPP leader Ali Madad Jatak added that if the agreement does exist, then Bilawal Bhutto will lead the country and we'll let PMLN rule Balochistan. Analysts say these fiery statements could reshape both provincial and federal politics, and the next few months will reveal the truth.
A powerful economic alliance in motion. Qatar set to invest big in Pakistan after PM Shahbaz's high-level meeting.
Pakistan and Qatar have taken a major step towards strengthening economic and strategic ties as Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif met with Qatar's Minister of Commerce, Sheikh Faisal bin Thani bin Faisal Al Thani, in Islamabad. The meeting marked a significant breakthrough in enhancing bilateral investment and trade relations. Prime Minister Shehbaz praised Qatar as a key partner and an influential regional player, emphasizing collaboration in critical sectors such as energy, agriculture, food security, IT, tourism, and infrastructure development. He highlighted Pakistan's investor-friendly environment and invited Qatari investors to explore opportunities under the Special Investment Facilitation Council (SIFC) framework. Sheikh Faisal conveyed warm wishes from the Qatari leadership and reaffirmed Qatar's commitment to expanding economic cooperation. He said the 6th Pakistan-Qatar Joint Ministerial Commission had identified new avenues for partnership and deeper engagement. Both leaders agreed to transform their shared vision into concrete outcomes, including direct business-to-business collaboration, technology exchange, and infrastructure projects, reaffirming the two nations' shared resolve to strengthen their long-term economic partnership.
Field Marshal Asim Munir's visit to Egypt marks a milestone, boosting military cooperation and advocating global unity against extremist ideologies.
Field Marshal Asim Munir's official visit to Egypt has opened a new chapter in Pakistan-Egypt defense relations. During high-level meetings with Egyptian Minister of Defense and Military Production, General Abdel Majid Sakkar, and Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Ahmad Khalifa Fatih, both sides reaffirmed their commitment to expanding military collaboration, intelligence sharing, and joint training programs. Field Marshal Munir emphasized that Egypt, as a brotherly Islamic nation, shares Pakistan's vision of peace and regional stability. He underscored the urgent need to eradicate extremist ideologies and correct distorted interpretations of Islam, which threaten unity within the Muslim world. He was accorded a ceremonial guard of honor and paid tribute at the tomb of the unknown soldier and the grave of former President Anwar Sadat. The Field Marshal also met Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, Sheikh Ahmed Al-Tayyab, to discuss global Islamic challenges and interfaith harmony. Defense experts believe the visit will strengthen Pakistan's defense diplomacy and enhance cooperation across strategic, educational, and counter-terrorism domains. Thunderous chants of Pakistan Zindabad filled Muzaffarabad as AJK PM lauded Pakistan's sacrifices, valor, and Field Marshal Asim Munir's leadership.
Muzaffarabad witnessed an emotional display of patriotism as thunderous chants of Pakistan Zindabad and Kashmir Zindabad echoed across the valley during Azad Jammu and Kashmir's 78th Foundation Day celebrations. Addressing the gathering, Prime Minister Chaudhry Anwar-ul-Haq paid glowing tribute to Pakistan's unwavering support for the Kashmiri cause, declaring that India can never crush the indomitable spirit of the Kashmiri people. He credited the historic victory in Operation Haq to Field Marshal Asim Munir and the valiant armed forces of Pakistan, who, he said, defended truth and dignity across every battlefield. The AJK premier emphasized that Pakistan's compassion for Kashmiri refugees and its unflinching commitment to justice have strengthened the eternal bond between the two regions. He further stated that the journey of freedom will only be complete when the people of Indian-occupied Kashmir are liberated from tyranny. The ceremony began with special prayers for peace and was marked by a 21-gun salute, reflecting the resilient spirit of the Kashmiri nation.
Gaza's health crisis deepens, thousands fighting for life as WHO urges Israel to open routes for medical evacuation.
The World Health Organization, WHO, has issued an urgent appeal for the immediate evacuation of 15,000 critically ill Palestinians from Gaza, warning that their lives hang in the balance. WHO Director General Dr. Tedros Adhanom stated that the healthcare system in Gaza has collapsed under the weight of relentless Israeli bombardment, leaving hospitals in ruins and medicines scarce. According to WHO, the patients in need include those suffering from cancer, heart disease, severe injuries, and chronic illnesses that cannot be treated inside Gaza. While 41 patients and 145 medical aides were recently evacuated, hundreds more remain stranded due to Israel's closure of the Rafah crossing, the only viable exit for medical transfers to Egypt and beyond. The organization has urged all countries to facilitate humanitarian corridors and open safe routes for patient evacuation, warning that delays could prove fatal. Since the start of Israel's assault in October 2023, over 65,000 Palestinians have been killed and 200,000 injured, half of them women and children, as Gaza's health system lies in ruins.
Religious extremism sweeps India. Mosques attacked, Quran desecrated, and halal products banned. Modi's secular mask shattered worldwide.
India's secular image is once again under severe scrutiny as a disturbing wave of anti-Muslim violence grips several states. Following a fiery speech by Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath at the RSS centenary event in Gorakhpur, Hindu extremist mobs attacked mosques in Rampur and Bihar, desecrating copies of the Holy Quran and terrorizing worshippers. Yogi Adityanath also announced a statewide ban on halal-certified products, claiming their profits fund religious conversion and terrorism. Human rights groups have condemned his statement as deeply divisive, warning it will inflame tensions and isolate India's Muslim community further. Under his notorious bulldozer policy, thousands of Muslim homes have already been demolished, a campaign critics call state-sponsored persecution. From worship restrictions to cultural suppression, Muslims across India are facing an alarming erosion of their fundamental freedoms. The United Nations and international watchdogs have repeatedly raised concerns, yet Prime Minister Modi's government remains unmoved. Global observers now fear India's democratic and secular identity is rapidly crumbling under the weight of Hindutva extremism.
U.S.-Russia tensions escalate. Putin vows defiance. Trump fires back with sanctions threat and Venezuela military warning.
The war of words between Washington and Moscow has intensified as Russian President Vladimir Putin declared that Russia will never bow to American pressure amid newly announced U.S. sanctions on Russian oil giants Rosneft and Lukoil. Putin asserted that no sovereign nation should make decisions under external pressure and vowed to defend Russia's independence at any cost. He admitted that the sanctions might affect the Russian economy, but insisted that Moscow would not compromise on its national policies. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump responded sharply, saying Russia would feel the full impact of the sanctions within 6 months. During a White House address, Trump also announced upcoming ground operations against Venezuela, describing it as a hub of instability and drug trafficking. Trump further alleged that Colombia has become a narcotics hub while Mexican cartels remain powerful, accusing China of using Venezuela for fentanyl smuggling. The escalating rhetoric signals mounting geopolitical tension, with both nuclear powers standing firm, each determined to assert dominance on the global stage.
For the first time in 500 years, a pope and British monarch prayed together, renewing hope for Christian unity.
A moment of profound unity echoed through the Sistine Chapel as King Charles and Pope Leo prayed side by side, marking the first joint act of worship between a British monarch and a pope in 500 years. The event, held under Michelangelo's famed The Last Judgment, symbolized reconciliation after centuries of religious division. During the historic Vatican visit, prayers were offered in both Latin and English for peace and harmony across the Christian world. The ceremony was attended by Queen Camilla, Archbishop Stephen Cottrell, and choristers from both the Sistine Chapel and British Royal Cathedrals. In a gesture rich with symbolism, Pope Leo conferred upon King Charles the honorary title of Royal Confrater, alongside a dedicated seat for future British monarchs in St. Paul's Church, Rome. Queen Camilla hailed the moment as a shining testament to faith and unity. Religious scholars called it a milestone in mending historic divides, as both the Vatican and the Church of England look toward a shared spiritual future.
Pakistan pulls out of the Junior Hockey World Cup, citing security concerns, political tensions, and player safety as key reasons.
Pakistan has officially decided not to send its national junior hockey team to India for the upcoming Junior Hockey World Cup, set to begin on November 28 in Chennai. The government of Pakistan formally notified the International Hockey Federation, FIH, following a high-level consultation that included representatives from the Ministries of Interior, Foreign Affairs, and the Pakistan Hockey Federation. Authorities reviewed security arrangements in Indian host cities and the prevailing regional political climate, concluding that sending the team would pose unnecessary risks to the players. A government spokesperson emphasized that athlete safety and national integrity remain Pakistan's top priorities. Pakistan was drawn in Pool B with India, Chile, and Switzerland, and was scheduled to play its first match against Switzerland on November 28. With Pakistan's withdrawal, the FIH is expected to revise the pool structure or introduce a replacement team. Officials reiterated Pakistan's commitment to global sports cooperation while urging the FIH to ensure neutral and secure conditions in future tournaments involving Pakistani athletes.
Supreme Court urges citizens to invest in the stock market, higher returns, economic growth, and stronger financial independence ahead.
The Supreme Court of Pakistan has emphasized the need to strengthen the culture of investment, urging citizens to invest their money in the stock market instead of keeping it in banks. During the hearing of the super tax case, head of the Constitutional Bench, Justice Aminuddin Khan, remarked that the stock market not only benefits investors through higher returns, but also contributes significantly to the country's economic growth. He added that Pakistan should follow India's example, where people have been investing in the stock market for decades, resulting in stronger financial inclusion and stability. During the proceedings, counsel for the stock market company Mirza Mahmood Ahmad argued that the imposition of a super tax on listed companies is unjustified as these entities already pay general taxes. He urged that the stock market should be treated as a separate financial bloc to encourage investment. Economists echoed the court's stance, noting that while money in banks remains stagnant, stock market investments generate daily profits and directly strengthen the national economy.
Pakistan's ambassador says Islamabad is ready to mediate between China and the US, highlighting peace, climate, and security challenges.
Pakistan has offered to play a constructive and mediating role between the United States and China, reflecting its growing diplomatic confidence on the global stage. Speaking at the Future Security Summit in Washington, Pakistan's ambassador to the US, Rizwan Saeed Sheikh, said Islamabad is committed to fostering peace and stability in the region and beyond. He emphasized that Pakistan-US relations are currently at their strongest historical level. Sheikh highlighted that Pakistan, having long battled terrorism, now stands on the front line against climate change, a crisis he described as an existential threat to Pakistan's survival. The ambassador said Pakistan is actively working with the IMF and World Bank to address these environmental challenges. Commenting on regional tensions, Sheikh warned that the world cannot afford a confrontation between two nuclear-armed states, stressing that a peaceful resolution of the Kashmir issue is vital. He also acknowledged President Donald Trump's constructive role in promoting global peace and said Pakistan seeks stability, but never at the cost of its people's security.
Pakistan's forces deliver a crushing blow to TTP. Top Commander Hafiz Gul Bahadur killed in coast operation.
Pakistan's security forces have achieved a major victory in their ongoing decisive operation against the fitna of Khawarij. Banned Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan's TTP top commander, Hafiz Gul Bahadur, was killed in a precise intelligence-based strike in Afghanistan's Khost province. According to reliable sources, the operation was conducted in the Argon area on the night between October 17 and 18, 2025. Several key members of Bahadur's Shura were also eliminated, with the total number of terrorists killed estimated between 60 and 70. Bahadur was secretly buried the same night after his death. Officials confirmed the strike was based on concrete intelligence about Bahadur's group planning attacks inside Pakistan. The group's camps near North and South Waziristan were also targeted and destroyed. Federal Information Minister Ataha Tarar confirmed the development, saying over 100 terrorists were killed in retaliatory actions following an IED attack in North Waziristan that martyred a soldier and several civilians. The elimination of Hafiz Gul Bahadur marks a decisive victory for Pakistan and a severe setback for cross-border terrorist networks.
A surprising government offer. Imran Khan may be moved to Bani Gala as courts delay hearings on his bail petitions.
The federal government has extended a surprising offer to Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf founder Imran Khan, proposing to transfer him from Adiala jail to his Bani Gala residence. Federal Minister for Parliamentary Affairs Tariq Fazil